Welcome back everyone. Hi, it's Naina on behalf of Arch and Olive Ambassador team. Today we are learning how to blend with Calliographs. Make sure to find the blog post on the same where you can find all the details including this printable which we are working on today. Now, one of my favorites and an absolute fun way to practice lettering is blending, and I think it's such a fun process and the results are always so beautiful. And the supplies that you will need for today's project is not much actually, just some Calliographs, and then you need some heavy paper because we are blending, so we need a thicker paper to blend on. And I will also use a white acrylograph. I will show you later why. So few tips before you start is that you pick two colors and that you want to blend with. One should be light and one darker. So I would try to use the colors from the same color family, like I'm using the orange and the red, or a lighter blue and a darker blue, and then I'm using a lighter green and a darker green. And one of the very important things is that you print it on a slightly heavier paper, but not a normal printer paper, as blending can take away a lot of moisture from the paper and make it thinner during the process and can eventually break the paper. So to avoid that, we use a thicker paper. Now quickly explaining what I'm doing here. So I take the lighter shade of the two colors that you choose, and then I'll go all over the letter, and then at the very tip I'm going to use the darker shade and then blend it again with the lighter shade. So that's what I did with all the other colors. Now if you want to use the same colors as I did, I mentioned all the colors in the blog post and also at the beginning of the video, so make sure to check that out. And you can find some Calligraph at archandolive.com, and you can use my discount code TwitcherRights for 10% off. Now, if you don't know, these are dual tip brush pens, so you have a thinner brush tip on one side and a thicker one on the other. And while I mainly use the big brush tip, but I'm also using the finer one here for small details and blends. Next, I will start blending all the details around the letters. So I'm starting with blue and adding the same color palette I used all around our letters. Now, the next tip is to prevent smudging. I move around the paper as much as I can. As you can see, I did smudge the letter G a little bit, but that's where the white acrylograph will come in, and we're gonna cover that up using the white acrylograph. I will show you in a minute how. Smudging can happen because we are using a lot of color and then we are blending, so it can happen, but just to be more careful. And if you move your paper around, you have less chances of smudging, so just something to keep in mind. And I'm finishing up with all the dots and I'm also blending them, so you can see how far you can go. Maybe you don't want to blend everything, or you want to blend just the letters, nothing outside, but I'm blending everything today. And also these tiny details are very easy to blend, so if you have time, I would suggest you to do it. And to finish our blending today, I'm going in with the smaller tip for the smaller details, and we do the same thing. And lastly, to cover up our smudges, I will take a white acrylograph and I will do one layer of that and let it dry and go in with another one. So 2 layers will cover it up nicely. And we're done with our blending project today. I hope you enjoyed today's video and you'll give it a try and let us know if you do. Thanks for watching.